What's going on, you guys? Jay Dauntless here, and this is the blue core build that will put red core builds to shame. And I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I'm just show you guys the build right quick. Boom, the professionals have seen it, and now they can leave, right? They already know everything. So the reason why I say that this build puts red core builds to shame is because usually when you're on the battlefield with red core builds, they're taking all of the kills, preventing other teammates from getting stacks. And sometimes they want to flex so hard, they stop the other teammates from progressing. This build puts them to shame right here. It stops you from relying on red core builds. It stops you from being turned into glass like red core builds, because red core builds, if they get hit with one bullet, they drop. They sacrifice all of their defense for offense. And when they drop, usually there's a domino effect within the team. And then you'll have some goofy clown Manifest Destiny boy jumping on a mic saying, "Oh, I gotta carry the whole team. I can't do it all." Now, don't get it twisted. This build also works great with red core builds. This build right here, running alongside a red core build, is absolutely wonderful. Something that the Division 2 community doesn't tell you is the reason why all red core builds love to run with a team, because you're the cannon fodder. Yeah, you're the cannon fodder. Get out there, go distract the enemy so I can shoot him in the head or the back. That's it. This build right here says I don't need any support. This is the ultimate Spartan build. And I say that because we have our shield at 4 million, as you guys can see. We're using the artificial hive. We have the Ouroboros, right? By the way, that's Egyptian. That's Egyptian right there. I love that, how developers always put in an inkling of history, that they know history. I love that. And we have the lefty. Now, I know you guys are looking at that ammo and say, how? Listen, I'm using the modifiers, but I'm just going to tell you guys, without the modifiers, my Ouroboros, that just goes to 50 in the magazine, and the lefty goes to 20. Now, I can also like EMP the enemies and shock them to give myself a little breathing room. I just do that to troll, but I need to be more tactical with it. So the talents that I have on my prototype Heartbreaker armor set is Paradox, and I'm going with Quantum. Paradox allows me to get more bullets in. You know what I'm saying? And I love that this works so good, especially with the lefty, which the lefty is like the number one gun I use the most. I use the Ouroboros. I use that one, I think, just for a little bit more range. You know what I'm saying? But it is good to beam enemies with that extremely high fire rate. It is good to beam them. But Quantum and Paradox, they just work so good. You know, Quantum, it gives me a chance to become invulnerable for 2 seconds. Now imagine that, right? I'm invulnerable for 2 seconds, and these can trigger. Both of these can trigger at any time, and I hope I get another one. But with this backpack on and adrenaline rush, when you're surrounded by enemies, your armor stacks up to 20%, as long as you're close to these enemies. You know what I'm saying? And that cooldown is only 5 seconds. So imagine being invulnerable, right? Being in the face of the enemy, that close to them, and getting armor, along with the armor regen. You know what I'm saying? This build is going to just keep climbing. I mean, this backpack is not even prototype. It's not even prototype. This is the unit alloys. It's not even prototype, fam. We're just using it for the fire rate. But look at the extra rolls that I got. This was the God roll. I couldn't turn it down. But along with this, you guys, this adrenaline rush makes you a beast. Why is this called the Spartan build? Think about it. The Ouroboros, short range, baby. We're beaming them. Well, you kind of say mid range, but it does fall off. That's kind of short range, right? We're beaming them close range. Boom. We got the lefty. Look at the lefty. This is some short range combat. And what do the Spartans do the best? They fight up close. They get in your face and they get it done. Now, of course, we got the overdogs as well to get that extra damage and that crit. So if you guys want to see, the only flaw with this armor set is that there is only 15% weapon handling. Did I already pass it? Yeah, there's only 15% weapon handling, and that comes from the Heartbreaker armor set. So I'm not worried about that. because I'm in the enemy's face, putting these red core builds to shame. We don't have to worry about losing a gun. We don't have to worry about the red cores carrying the team. We don't have to worry about the domino effect because of this build. Now, with that being said, I am definitely finna put myself in the midst of an overwhelming battle, and I'm going solo. And this is the part where the Division 2 community can walk away, and the gatekeepers of history can definitely walk away, because they're about to get pissed. Do you honestly think that I'm passionate about making a Spartan build without talking about the Spartans? Do you think that your boy is going to make a Spartan build, not put it to the test? Now, the pros already know what to look for. They saw what it was. They can leave. The Division 2 community already saw what I'm about to do. They can leave. But we're going to take on some. This will be a good one. This will be a good one, because I'm going to have to deal with fire, explosives, getting pounded on by enemy. I would dare take them on. But if I take on the Black Tusk game, they're also they're actually more tactical. But I think they could put on the pressure a lot better. Fire, pressure, stress, getting blown up. This would be a crazy build. This would be a crazy challenge. I think I'll do this one, because a lot of my teammates get blown up and die. So I'm doing this one in real time for you guys. This is on heroic difficulty. So let's gas it up. Alright, so I'm just going to get straight down to it and tell you guys, as I'm finna go on this heroic solo bounty, the Spartans were undoubtedly black men. You guys, to end this conversation real quick, or any debate, go look up a fair-skinned olive. Not a person, a fair-skinned olive. Look up the fruit. The olives are fruit, just like tomatoes. And you tell me that's olive skin. That olive skin was on the battlefield. You tell me that skin tone was on the battlefield whooping them boys up. Let me tell you guys something. If you want to know anything about history, you got to study what happened in the midst of the chaos and what's happening during the as the smoke is clearing, not after the smoke is cleared. You know, for the people that go around saying conquered, not stolen, there's a bad caveat with that, man. The people that go around saying conquered, not stolen, do you guys know what that means? Nobody ever conquers a territory or an area without trying also to take someone's identity. It's a consistent pattern. It's a consistent pattern. I've studied what happened in the Greco-Roman and the Hellenistic. These things happen at the same time. The Greco-Roman Hellenistic period is wild. It is wild. After Alexander the Great died, his 4 generals, think about that. His 4 generals, now the Alexander the Great, he was an Edomite. But Alexander the Great, once he took all of that territory, his generals put crowns on their heads. That's bad. That's really bad. That means men who are of not real bloodlines. Not real bloodlines. Let me put my phone on silent. They made themselves kings. And to be a real king, that's got to be something like installed in you genetically. Okay, you can't just say, "Oh, I'm a king and I got it all day." No. To put a crown on your head, it's not good. Okay, so we're about to test this build. There we go. Got that pressure coming in. But study what happened in the midst of the Greco-Roman and Hellenistic period. Because during the Hellenistic period, Greco-Roman, same time, this is when the Spartans went from black to white. The descendants of how do I say it? Rome. They absorbed Greece. They absorbed Greece. Like, this is like, anybody can Google this shit. Greece was absorbed by the Roman Empire. Why is Black Tusk here? This bounty has nothing to do with them. My bad, y'all. Come on down here, we'll talk about it. I can't afford to fight one of those things right now. Just want to show you guys how strong this build is. But when researching the Spartans and seeing how they fought alongside the Hebrews, who were also Shemites, history got me blown, bro. History got me blown the fuck all the way back, bro. All the way back. I'm sorry, y'all. My cursor's like going crazy. Yeah, I guess it gives me more time to talk about it, right? For my 2 viewers out here. But in the midst of the Greco-Roman period, yeah, the Spartans, they didn't have the numbers. They didn't have the numbers. They lost badly. They lost badly everything. They didn't have the numbers to even fight the Romans. So they were absorbed and their identity was erased. So when you erase someone's identity, you know, they're not doing it for free. They're taking your identity. They're taking your culture. They're taking your language and everything else. And this is how history like works. You have to study what happened in the midst of erasures. Like that's what I do. You know, like during my travels, I study the erasures of history. And when you do that, you can be the smartest one in the room and not say a damn thing. Now, as you guys can see, all the pressure's on me. Look at that all blow up. Come on. Look at this. Close quarters combat in the worst situation. Look at that.
That's the target agent.
Look at that armor regen. This is a blue core build. This is a blue core build. You don't need to rely on a red core build with this. You are the strongest thing surviving the battlefield. And now the situation is finna get even worse. That's why this is, you guys are about to see why I call this the Spartan build. I'm finna put myself in the worst position. Let everybody know I'm here. And now we can have a conversation. Spartans don't do what? Surrender or retreat? That's what this build is doing. Bring on the explosives. Bring on the pain. We're here for all of it. We got the artificial hive. Look at that.
Target neutralized. Good work.
Do Spartans not fight up close?
That's your target. You got the target.
That's the second one. One more. You don't need to do all red cores. This build is for up close, personal. It's a true Spartan build. You see that? This is on the highest difficulty. And there's an even tougher difficulty, I believe it's called legendary. Just wait until we invest more into this armor set. That last one. You guys see this? Look at this. Look how OP I am. This is why you don't call a Ghost Recon or a Splinter Cell agent. You don't ask us to come out of the shadows. We start doing shit like this. Alright, get the runner. Is that who I think it is? Y'all see it? Oh, that was my target. I didn't even know. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a Spartan build, boys. This is a Spartan build. You don't want to rely on, you don't have to rely on any more red cores. You're a beast on the battlefield. Enemies run from you. They run. Look how close you get. They run. They flee. Spartans don't run. Spartans don't surrender. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
Another one down. Good
Pathetic.
job.
Look at this. Another one. There's one more coward running from this build. Do y'all see this? I don't even know where they're at. Oh, is it over? Is it over? I think it is. It's over. It's just somebody out there on outside of this gate, but it's over. This is the blue core build that puts the red core builds to shame. For you guys that want to know some real history, study warriorship. Study the real warriors that roam this earth. Y'all still see them today. You don't even know it. Y'all don't even know the greatest warriors who were expelled from their land in 70 AD. Do y'all know where they went? They had to flee north because the Roman Empire was they had to flee south because the Roman Empire was north. And south is north of Africa. 500 years later, you get the trans-Saharan slave trade, which happens next to the Arab conquest. This is why the Arabs went from black. Sorry, this is why the Egyptians went from black to brown. You know what I'm saying? And this is why the Arabs haven't rebuilt at all the pyramids. They can't do something that ain't in them. You know what I'm saying? Study the erasures of history, and you'll be blown away. And by the way, those same Hebrew warriors that took, oh my God, that fought beside the Spartans, and man, that 1,000 against 10,000, those Hebrew warriors, during that Arab conquest, they had to flee further south, which is in sub-Saharan Africa. And what happened in sub-Saharan Africa? The transatlantic slave trade.